an amazing opportunity for us to equip educators and really engage students and families at home. And so even though my success looks a little bit different this year, I think that there's really an opportunity for us to reach a lot of people with some really engaging tools and be able to connect with them very meaningfully in a virtual setting. I wanted to start off today's presentation just by making sure that everybody on the call really understands how EdgeFactor, the St. Joseph Chamber, and St. Joseph Schools are working together to engage students and equip your educators with tools to provide career exploration tools for your students, for your parents, and for your job seekers in your community. So here I am on the EdgeFactor platform, and whenever you think about EdgeFactor, there's 4 key phases within the career journey that we take people on. So our whole goal is we want to take people from I have no idea what I want to do with my life to really understanding the opportunities that are available for them. And when you think about that career journey, the 4 key phases are inspiration, exploration, preparation, and connection. I'm going to take a couple minutes and actually give you an inside look at what are the tools that your schools have access to. So here on the EdgeFactor platform, if you go to edgefactor.com, you can actually follow along. You're very welcome to click on the K-12 educator. Even if you don't have an account and you're not logged in, you can still see the full inventory of content that we have. And I'm signed in as a demo account as if I'm from St. Joseph. Here, right off the bat, you see Explore Opportunities in St. Joseph. That will take you to a page that is your community page. I'm going to show that to you in a few minutes. So inspiration, that first phase of the career journey, is all about getting students as well as job seekers and parents excited to think about their future and open up their eyes to the possibilities. So here you have a library of award-winning films, TV episodes, short stories that are documentary style, high impact, very cinematic films that have won all sorts of awards all around the world. And the goal here is simple. We want to hook students and parents, get them excited and open up their eyes to the different industries that exist. For instance, Reach Beyond. We partnered with NASA on this film. That's a story of a young woman who always wanted to be an astronaut. In that film, she creates a part that goes to the International Space Station. Paradox, the story of a young man who was on the streets of West Baltimore in grade 2. His friends were involved in drugs and stealing. He decides that's not for me. And he pursues career and technical education CTE program, specifically in manufacturing. And today he's actually on the White House task force for apprenticeship expansion. So we tell his story of the choices that he made along the way. All of these different films, short stories are really meant to help people dig deeper. And that brings us to the second phase, exploration. EdgeFactor has thousands of videos, quizzes, activities that we create that all of your schools have access to really help them understand what do these industries look like in today's modern world and how can they launch a career, specifically what do those career profiles look like. So when you think about these different industries, here you've got agriculture, construction, healthcare, hospitality, IT, transportation, logistics, manufacturing, the list goes on. If I click on one of these, let's say construction, I can view industry overview videos as well as deep libraries of 3 to 5 minute career profile videos that showcase what a day in the life of those diverse careers look like. And so for instance, a general carpenter, how do they use STEAM, science, technology, engineering, art, math? What soft skills come alive in that career? What are some of the typical day-to-day responsibilities? How do they work together as a team? So all of these different videos, if you click on one, you are brought into the media player, the video plays automatically, and for your schools, there are also attached quizzes to these career profiles where they can actually assign this for students to complete at home and learn about some of the assessments. Did the student watch it? Did they understand it, etc.? Also included in the exploration side of things are a new series of videos called Virtual Workplace Experiences. You're going to hear a lot more about this in the coming days as EdgeFactor works with a local leader in your community to actually create some additional virtual workplace experiences right in your community. These are about 12 to 15 minutes long, and they cover some of the key components, key aspects of what it's like to work in these industries. So I just clicked on a roofing one. Here, for instance, you've got 4 key chapters that talk about roofing safety, tools and equipment, roof pitch, system basics, etc. I'm not going to get too involved in this, but essentially it's you've got a host, you've got one camera person on set so that it's very COVID safe, and you have basically this walk and talk virtual field trip type of experience that we're providing for students. So we are bringing the field trip to them, especially in this virtual world. This is really hot ticket items, I would say, that your schools are very, very excited about. Christy and I met with the head of St. Joseph Schools, who is our key liaison, and his name's Shannon. He was very, very excited about this new series. Okay, I'm going to continue from inspiration to exploration, now exploration into preparation. Here you have all of our STEAM content, helping students understand how science, technology, engineering, art, and math all come alive and how they're used in the real world. And so these are, you know, hundreds of videos and quizzes that talk about things like what is additive manufacturing, what is CNC machining, the list goes on. Also under preparation is soft skills. And this is a big deal. I know that for industry leaders, regardless of the, I would say, technical skills of the people that you're hiring, even more important is to have those soft skills, because you can train them, right, into many different types of positions. But this foundational soft skills, employability, ethics are so critical. And so here we've got the Success Factor series. It talks about things like, what does it mean to be entitled? How can I embrace failure to find success? Finding a work-life balance, embracing hard work. How can I show initiative, leadership, teamwork, etc. So that is an overview of the EdgeFactor platform. And when you think about all of that content, really now you can understand how we're weaving in some of the pre-recorded content as well as some of the live interactive components of the My Success virtual event. So from preparation comes connection, and that's really what we're focused on. So we've gone through inspiration, exploration, preparation. Now we talk about the final phase, which is connection, helping to channel that excitement that students and parents and job seekers have experienced from interacting with the EdgeFactor platform, and now making sure that we don't leave them hanging, but that we introduce them to your team to talk about what local companies and career options exist right here in St. Joseph. And so the My Success virtual event, I'm going to copy in this link so that all of you have access to it. And I encourage you, if you want to open up a new tab and actually follow along, please do. It's in the live chat. So there's 3 key components to the My Success virtual event. The first is pre-recorded content. This will be available before the event, which by the way is being held on September 23rd. And it will also be available for a time afterwards. So here it says, discover your future, get inspired, explore careers, click below. I'm going to click on manufacturing. And what we've done here is we've woven in some inspirational, a 7-minute video called Behind Closed Doors. And then we've brought in some of the exploration tools, some of those career profiles to help students and job seekers understand what a day in the life looks like for some of these key careers. And I'm going to let Christy talk a little bit more about some of the companies that we have featured, as well as some of the companies that we will be featuring. Here you've got Lifelong Foods. I know that there's been Alltech. We featured some content with you guys as well. The 139th. And what was the 4th one? Can you remind me, Christy?
Mosaic. And their
Thank you.
videos are under healthcare.
Under healthcare, awesome. So I encourage you, before the event, take some time and watch some of the content that we've created in these different thumbnails And you can be sharing this over social media and really encouraging your entire community to check out those free videos. People do not need to create an account. There is no payment that is required. Everybody can access these tools completely for free, thanks to the St. Joseph Chamber. Okay, as we scroll down here, so the first part again is pre-recorded content. Here we are also promoting your St. Joseph community page. If you've never visited this page before, get on it. It is an awesome page that St. Joseph Chamber and Edge Factor have created together. It has all of your different school profiles with information on some of the programs that they offer. Here you've got all of the different career profiles that we've created in St. Joseph. You have some overviews of industries, etc. So those are, again, more free tools available for your community. And long after my success is over, my hope, and obviously Christy's hope, is that you will continue to share this key St. Joseph community page across your network. Continuing on, here are some additional tools for students and parents. We've woven in some more inspirational films for them to discover different industries and get excited about planning their future. Then we have, for educators, some key tools that will help them on the day of the event to understand what is available and what the My Success is all about. So you can feel free, if you want to look at that, you can simply click on it. And here is some information that would be available for educators on what they need to know for the day of the event. The same is true for you. Here you've got the My Success business resources. I'm going to click on Learn More. And here we've created a short PDF. I say short, it's 4 pages. I guess that's not that short, but the point is that it gives you the information that you really need and some important tips on how to host an awesome exhibitor session, which we're going to get to in just a minute. But I encourage you to download on the top right-hand corner, download this PDF, spend some time reading through it so that you understand what to expect on the day of the event and you can plan accordingly. Okay, so we've got pre-recorded content, we've got tools for families, tools for teachers, tools for businesses. Now we're going to talk about the exhibitor hall. And this is really, it says coming soon. We will be adding all of your different logos into this page. And when a student or job seeker or educator comes into the platform, clicks on that exhibitor hall, they will have specific times listed with the different exhibitors that are exhibiting at that time. And I can show you a different example of what this looks like with an event that was previously done so that you can get an idea of what it will look like for you guys once it's live. So here, I'm going to click on the same button, Exhibitor Hall, and this is an event that we hosted in June. Here you've got all of the different exhibitor sessions. This one, as you can see, was from 9:30 to 11:30. And if I was a student, I would simply be able to come in here and say, oh, okay, I want to learn more about the Let's Talk Science organization. I would simply click on this link and instantly it opens up, in this case, a Microsoft Teams link. In your case, it will be a Zoom link. Christy Arthur will be sending you your Zoom links. So you don't have to set this up. You do not have to have a paid Zoom account, but you will need to obviously download Zoom onto your computer and make sure that you understand the basics of how to use that platform. And we're going to be providing some more information on that in the coming days. Christy and I actually met with Zoom, and we've got some helpful links that if you've never used Zoom before, you can watch some tutorial videos so that you can familiarize yourself with that platform. Of course, we're all on Zoom right now, so hopefully if you haven't used it before, this is your first time, you're getting your feet wet, you're seeing some of the controls that are available for you.
Larissa,
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So we got permission to show a video, and I know that Skype and even in some cases Adobe Connect, audio is not able to be heard via those platforms. So we're going to be putting a video on. Do we preload that based upon the links you're seeing? Is that something I need on my desktop? How does all that work? Sorry if it's out of line here yet, but
No, you're good. So truthfully, I have not had good luck with casting a video over a video conferencing. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it works well, but quite honestly, you're relying not only on your Wi-Fi to be blazing fast, but you're actually relying on everybody else's Wi-Fi to be able to enjoy the experience of watching that video, right? So that it's not laggy, so that, as you mentioned, that the audio's, you want it to be nice and crisp and clear. My recommendation to you would actually be to share that video over YouTube and share it in the group chat. I understand you most likely would want to embed it right into your presentation, but honestly, I would not recommend that. I would recommend, if you have photos and if you have a PowerPoint presentation, or you want to share your screen and show some slides and photos of what you guys do, go for it. Be very careful with videos. I would not recommend it. I don't think it's going to go well, but I totally get that you want to share it with your audience. So I would encourage everyone to click on the link that you share in the live chat that links to your video that is housed on like a platform like YouTube.
Well, that's a total shift in paradigm for what I was planning then. So I guess I've got about a week to figure it out. I wasn't planning on a presentation. I was planning on showing the video and having a talk. And if that's not recommended, then yeah, I've got to switch up what I'm going to do.
So the goal is that we're going to help you with that, Toby. I'm going to click on the Learn More Business Tools. And what we've done here is we've given you a bit of an overview. Here's some information, and of course the link on that My Success that I shared in our live chat, the key link for the event. And then we walk you through some of the helpful tips to check your audio. Make sure that you have a nice background. I'm seeing some great backgrounds even on this call, so that's great. Make sure, and here it is, clean, clear, and on point. So when you think about hosting a presentation, we have listed out some of the key things that ideally you would be able to share in your session. So these are half an hour sessions. I would even say if you hit the 20 or the 25-minute mark, that is absolutely fine. If your presentation is approximately 10 to 15 minutes long, that's perfect. Here are some ideas of the things that you can talk about. So first off, introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Larissa. Here's my position in the company. I've worked here for, X number of years. You can even talk a little bit about what inspired you to work in the field or the industry that you're in. You can talk about, obviously, your company name, your company's mission statement, and really share information on what you guys do. For instance, if you're in manufacturing, what are some of the components that you build, and even ideally have them in front of you and be able to show some of the components or pictures, and talk about how those components make an impact on the world. How are they used in the real world? Really bring it home for students and for parents to understand how what you make is relevant to their lives, or how it would intersect into their lives. So talk a little bit about how your company impacts the world, and then highlight a couple of those career opportunities. So I'm sure, because this is a group of HR professionals, that you have a couple of key careers that you're basically always looking to fill positions for. There are definitely some key careers that I'm sure each of you can list off that are top high in demand positions. I encourage you to tell them a little bit about what those positions are, and talk about some of the day-to-day responsibilities. Again, if you wanted to even highlight some photos or images of your team or of your technology. I'll continue on that manufacturing example. If you have CNC machines, or if you have welding, take some photos of that technology and put it up on your screen and talk about it. Talk about some of the ways that your company uses science, technology, engineering, art, or math. When we think about art, we often will say if something is well engineered or well designed, it is a work of art. So we can weave in some of that STEAM topics. Maybe you're using science, temperatures in some cool ways. Get creative and talk about how your company uses STEAM. and then list out some of the top 3 soft skills that are valued at your company. Use this opportunity to talk about things like teamwork, dependability, perseverance. You know, sometimes, especially, I was just talking to somebody recently in the welding association, and he said, you know, there's almost nothing more important in welding than being able to persevere and try and try and try again until that bead is just right, you know? So take a minute and talk about some of those soft skills. Here it says bonus, add some photos, great. And then add a video if you can in the live chat, and then open it up for questions. So what I just went through easily could fill 10 to 15 minutes. You might have other ideas of things that you want to talk about as well. Go for it. The point is that we are engaging your community, talking about what your company has to offer and what you do. Here you've got some information, look the part. We had some ideas that if, for instance, you've got some safety stuff, I don't just mean PPE. Obviously, if you're in an area that you need to wear a mask, wear a mask, but ideally you have a place in your facility where you don't need to wear a mask, because that will obviously hinder people from being able to really understand exactly what you're saying. It can hinder the audio, etc. Also, don't underestimate the power of a good pair of headphones, even earbuds. It reduces the echo in the room, and it makes it for a much better experience for your attendees. Okay, I have basically gone over everything that I need to. Christy, would you mind talking a little bit about the code words now?
Okay, thanks, Larissa. Does anybody have any questions for her before I move on? Okay, so we are signing people up. We still have some inquiries coming in for sessions. I'm going to share my screen. Maybe. Hold on. Too many windows open.
I just had to laugh when Larissa said facility, because what's that? I haven't been there for months.
That's true. I think that is probably a problem for some. I didn't think about that, Toby, because I was thinking about all the cool things that you would be able to show.
Well, we really would, and right now we can't get on site without permission, and so that is one of my concerns, which I actually, thank goodness I was on mute. I have 3 German Shepherds, and somebody drove down their road a while ago, and you know, they didn't like that, so that is a concern. I may have to figure out a way to actually go into the facility if I can.
Well, that would be awesome, but you know, I think dogs are just part of Zooms these days. I don't think anybody gets real worked up about it. If the dogs bark, you know, everybody just laughs about it. We've all definitely had challenging meetings with husbands. Well, I see Larissa's husband all the time. He wants to eat her lunch in the background. She's like, no, that's my sandwich. You can't have it. I think people.
I also have a German Shepherd, not 3, but just 1.
Yes, I have met him as well. So you know, just roll with stuff like that if you have to. And I'm sorry I didn't even think about you not being there. So I can maybe help you with that. So I think you've all signed up for a certain time. Some of you have picked your own code word, and if you haven't, then I'll be assigning a code word to you. Like Larissa said earlier, I will give you the link. You can have your code word displayed behind you, next to you. You can say your code word a few times. You can put it in your PowerPoint, however you want to do it. So the students will be collecting those code words, and that shows that they participated, they got in, and we'll be giving away prizes to the students. Each school will get a certain amount of prizes. We'll probably have another grand prize this year. The counselors are working on helping decide what those prizes are. Honestly, they are like, give them $10 gift cards, and we can give out more, and they can go get gas. So I said earlier, we are targeting seniors. I think that We'll get more participation. It'll be a little more mature audience for you to present to virtually, and hopefully very engaging. So we have a meeting on Tuesday with educators, counselors, to walk them through how the day is going to go as well. So no one's more nervous about this day than I am, but I have full confidence in Larissa. They've done this before. And I think as long as we make it as interactive as we possibly can, if things don't go right, they don't go perfectly right. That's just the way it is. We'll just roll in. We will have moderators in. Missy, if you can see Missy and Deanna and Christy on here, they're learning along with me, myself, and a couple other volunteers from some companies are going to be like popping in and out, helping you if you have problems, if something goes wrong. The students will be on mute, but able to unmute. And if you're having any problems with them, you will have the ability from your link to mute all and then not let them. We've been back and forth about like, should we do webinar views so they have to be muted? We don't want it to be disruptive, but we also want you to be able to interact. And you'll have the capacity to have 500 in the meeting, 500 students. We have 1,800 students signed up so far. I don't expect you to have 500 each time, but that's the capacity that we're buying from Zoom for you to be able to do the meeting. So once we get everyone set up, I will send out the schedule that you signed up through. You'll have your code word, and then it's a 30-minute session, a couple times a day. If you want to sign up for some more, we are going to change the time back. I thought we might get some more afternoon times where we can have like community or parents if they want to get in with the students when they got home. We don't have a whole lot signed up in the afternoon time, so I'm going to move those up before 2:30 and get some more times consolidated. But in the next few days, you will get a solid schedule of what your time slot is, which you've selected, and what your code word is. And then I'm having a little communication issues with Zoom, but as soon as I could get someone on the phone to get the upgrades, we'll get the links set up.
So Christy, I had my discussions with Courtney regarding, the time and the code word and all that, but what we didn't talk about was how do the students know to select Behringer Ingelheim? Is there a brief synopsis of what the company does for each one? Because I didn't participate in that, and I just want to make sure that there is.
Yes, so we're meeting with the educators on Tuesday. They will have the My Success page. They will be doing pre-work with the students. They will have a link to, so you're a sponsor, your webpage goes through to your link. They can get to Behringer's website, and they will have pre-work that they'll be doing with the students to show them different companies, and they will know what each company that is signed up, what they do before they just jump in.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Their day will look a little different than yours, or much different actually. Does that help?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Hey, this is Becky. I have a question. I don't know if it's for Christy or Larissa, but wanted to get your thoughts on something we were planning to do as part of our presentation. I think it's feasible because I think we kind of did it today, but we would like to have them, of course, they'll all be at a computer or some device. So have them kind of toggle over and go to our website where we can show a calendar of some events that we host. Do you see any concerns with that? Or should we just
Sounds
pull
great.
it up?
I love it.
Or
I love it. You can point to your website in your live, in your exhibitor session. Again, you've got the power of that live chat where you can pop in links and encourage people to find out what you guys are up to. Absolutely. Even if you had a contact us form. So we have to be very careful always as Edge Factor that we don't connect directly the ability for students to live chat or anything with typically outside of this type of a live event. We just have to be very careful with student privacy. You all get it. It's like, it's a hot thing, obviously, that we need to be aware of. But if you had a contact us form that you wanted to encourage people to send their resume to you or whatever you're interested in, if they want to be able to message you, feel free to add that to the live chat and give people that option.
Okay.
I think that's really the whole point of this is to build your next workforce. And so having them to be able to contact you, even if you wanted to put your email us at info@alltech.com or whatever your generic email is, feel free to enter that in as well.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I would, if I can just provide another best practice that's on my mind, I would recommend that in the beginning of your presentation, you share a little bit of housekeeping. And ideally, you don't want people to interrupt your 10 to 15 minute presentation in the beginning. You can let them know right off the bat, all of you are muted. Please stay muted until we open it up for Q&A. If you have a question, feel free to also add it into the live chat or raise your hand. And you can feel free to ignore those questions until you are ready to answer them. That's just, again, a best practice. Sometimes you get into a really nice flow of your presentation and you want to continue, that's fine. You're leaving lots of time for Q&A. So if you get a message in your live chat or if you get somebody raising their hand, don't feel like you have to address it right away. You can address it after your presentation, and that is perfectly fine. And if you feel like, you know what, you're fine with answering that question right then and there, then do it. Go for it. Just do what feels natural to you and enjoy your time. Honestly, it's gonna be fun. My hope is that there's a lot of yes, students that of course have already registered. You already have a big audience of people that are going to be directed to this page. But my hope is that you're able to also promote this like crazy across all of your social media networks and really get a lot of parents and a lot of different community members that are also engaging, job seekers that you could potentially hire in the immediate, depending on what your needs are as a company. So yeah, have fun with it and promote the heck out of it. Let's get as many people as possible watching this media and interacting with your team.
Will there be screen grabs? Christy, are you recording it? I mean, there'll be screen grabs that we can use for our social media.
Yeah, so you'll need to, when you start the meeting, you'll have the link to start the meeting. Then once it starts, you'll need to push record.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I guess I better read all the materials first before I.
No, that's okay. Ask questions. That's why we're here. That's the whole point, is
Right.
that to make everybody feel as comfortable as they can about the day, and that, we've never done it this way before. So it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. And just have a lot of fun with the students, and give them as much information about what you want them to learn. Okay. Any more questions? Does everybody feel comfortable with how the day is going to go? Yep, that's all right. Okay. Well, I will get your schedule out to you next week with the Zoom link for the 23rd. You sign up for your day if you're interested in signing up for another 30-minute session at a different time during the day, that would be great to fill that up a little bit. And I will send that sheet out as soon as we get it finalized.
Hey, Christy.
Yes.
This is Christy Ketsanger with North Central Missouri College.
Hi.
We're actually doing 3 different sessions. There's 3 of us that's doing different sessions. Will we have 3 different code words, or will we just have one?
Whatever. Probably just one. We'll probably
Okay.
just use the
Okay,
one
so if
code
you
word.
send it to me, I can share it with the other 2.
Okay. Sounds
Thank
good.
you.
You're welcome.
Great. Well, thank you so much, everyone. And honestly, thank you, Christy, for spearheading all of this. I think that it is really an awesome opportunity to engage your community during this time where things are virtual. You're taking the experience to them, and that shows a lot of innovation. I think we're all pretty courageous for being able to embrace these new technologies and new ways to reach out to people. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Christy. Thank you to the schools. And if you have any questions, you can email Christy, but I can also feel free to email me as well. I'm going to put my contact information in the group chat as well. So you can always feel free to email me directly as well.
We did not go back and show them St. Joseph. Oh, we did show them St. Joseph Has the Edge, but I would encourage you to go check out St. Joseph Has the Edge. That is a community-wide page, and we're going to be doing some more promoting around that this year. But the St. Joseph School District has memberships to that, and they assign out the videos and the quizzes that Larissa was talking about already. But we definitely want to get that information out community-wide so people can sit down with their students at home, look at different career, when they say, hey, I want to be, you know, a fighter pilot, they can go look at the video, talk about what that would entail, what sort of educational paths they need to take. So if you get a chance, check that out. If you are interested in getting, like Larissa said, some career pathway videos, contact me. We have a couple companies. I think Triumph is working on getting some of those. So if you are interested in that, just let me know. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all in a few weeks.
Great. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank
Have a
you.
good afternoon. Take care.